really trying to make much noise. Alfier in the back.
Shock dart forward, try to clear any util. Dart over the top, not gonna get a spot there on the ISO as the plant gets ready to come through. Reveal goes down, trying to track across there with the Sheriff. It's gonna be Alfier who ends up taking an immense amount of damage. Crashes, however, on the peak. In towards the A link. Finds Foxy9, both are dragging. Finding.
Spike down
his current will fall. Ash able to get one. A little bit whiffy though on the follow-up. As Alfier cleans up the kill. Spike in hand, Texture sliding back. Needs to be able to try to escape here. There's the peak. Shield, however, gets the 2 taps. And leaves Kayak now all alone. Try to clutch this out.
That early maneuver by Texture to slip the net in towards A link. Crucial here for Gen.G. Some patience being shown by Munchkin, the IGL as well.
Staying tucked here inside of window. Kayak with no util to speak of, and Munchkin will just find the timing on the swing. Gen.G striking first, they find the opening. Go for the toggle, try to get a dart out, does so. Still not being cleared, but does actually get the spot on a Foxy9, so they know that he's going to be playing forward in towards the smoke. Not looking to spam around quite just yet. Foxy able to drag across one, cannot find the other. Ash, Karan now. The 2, the 3 quickly be felled. And that's going to be 3 players surviving. Unassailable because they don't have the wall to try to scale off of. Slow creep up with Texture around the corner. Gunbarrel might have been spotted, but Alfier able to find Karan. So counter swing is there. Texture trades it back, but still going to be a player disadvantage here for Gen.G as they get ready to have the spike planted. There's Fury going to be online. Question is, can Ash get into a disconnected position to try to actually utilize this? You already have Foxy9 watching long. Seems like Ash is going to have to stay put.
No smokes either.
Slow creep in, Texture. Swinging around the back, able to find one. Recon at the ready, and it's going to be the triple approach here from Garage. Being able to note 2. Couple shots in. Spot out here in the Chronicle, but not too much damage taken. Regen armor refills. Paranoia going to be dodged. Ash pushed out. Fights for one. Swing. Texture cannot stabilize it. Boaster gets the better of it now. It's down to Foxy9. Tap on the defuse. Some spray to come through. And Chronicle to defend. FNATIC. He's going to be left wide open though. His fast line going to be set, but FNATIC quick to try to rotate over and get into position.
Camera's still there. Hasn't been identified for Gen.G.
The player there on the floor does get cleared, and Kayak again coming away with the goods, but Munchkin's going to be dead. Crashy sends out the Hunter's Fury. He's looking for the double pump, and he will have it. Foxy9 taken down as well as Texture falls. Karan spraying and praying, trying to get the enemy Yoru full flashed out. The light swing is not going to bear fruit this time.
Important one. You never know when Karan's out might come into play. Texture has been sitting on his overdrive for quite a while.
Quick TP, and okay, Munchkin getting the read on this push out. Able to find Kayak. Lobs in the poison orb as Shock Dart trying to clear out some of this util. Still a trip set up and here at the front, but Alpha's going to be pre-fired. Foxy9 has come away with that elimination. Jump up over the top of your plat. Boaster, the outburst is trying to get something going. Texture does manage to deny him. Smoke dissipating at Garage. And it's just a firing squad waiting on the opposite side. A flawless round as Munchkin steps up to the plate, gets himself a 3K.
Still with the dimensional drift.
Relay to try to sway. Double stack setup. Looks like he's spotted a boat. Slides in. The stun is there. Texture has hold up the Crashy. Over and made. Gonna be caught with util in hand as Texture scoops up his 3K. But Crashy's the damage dealt there on the intercept is absolutely monstrous.
Kayak's so fast here on this rotation. Is Gen.G going to be ready for it?
In all likelihood, no, but Texture is staring over towards the angle. Eyes on it from the hell position. As now they have it confirmed. Swing out, Ash finds the headshot. Dimensional drift has come through, but Kayak is now left to his own devices. Cuts back just around the box. Trying to set up here on the pop flash.
Decoy.
Sends the fake, finds the first. Isolated now. Fastlane going to be set, trying to fish him out. Tiny bits of damage dealt, 8 bullets remaining in the bag. Gets the spot out. Texture just trying to play with time. Eats a ton of damage. And he will sprint away down into the cubby. Needing to have the defuse, but Texture will be there. And Mr. 4K shows up in round number 9.
Kind of one of your main goals. Alpha playing so far forward there. They're going to challenge this angle again.
Here comes Kayak. There to try to back him up, and they're just lining up. Picking targets, finding value. Karen does manage to trade one, so the ISO ult not going to be a concern here in the round, but can save that for the final to half.
I'm out of here.
This fast lane sent, Texture at the ready. Slides forward, catches a spot there on it. Chronicle, and eats a ton of damage. Dink right through the corner as they try to flush him out of this position. Chronicle not quite going to be able to fight back for any more than that.
Can't even get the plant down, though. So much util being thrown their way. And there's a wide wrap from Crashies.
Seems like they want to try to fight their way out of this position, but now Gun Barrel has been spotted, and Foxy9 tripping right into the crosshair.
Spike down.
This Kayak just tears them limb from limb, round after round. Karen now with everything to do to try to make this timeout find some value, but Crashies on this reposition. Seems like it is loosely red, but no. Peeks into the link, meets his demise.
Oh boy.
Alpha Kayak now stacked up into the garage. The swing about to come through. Gun Barrel's going to be spotted into the dimensional drift. Goes Kayak, he's able to escape. Houdini himself does end up costing Alfia's life as the Hunter's Fury's now coming through, just trying to guide them here towards success. Tucks in the cubby over at long. Karen going to be taken down as Crashies is able to find that kill. Kayak looks to try to get the jump here onto Munchkin. Will be able to do so. The headshot, instantaneous. Chronicle here in backside. They have no idea.
Spike down, C.
It's Foxy9, the lockdown committed. The gate crash at the ready. A fake into the smoke. It reads it well that it's not for real. And now it's going to be pinged down and taken down 8-4. Flying on the assumption that they've gotten the rotate out.
Yeah, no. This is very good stuff from FNATIC. This is how they like to play a lot of their rounds, not just pistols, but in general. They're looking to bait some utility out of you. They're looking to get a little bit more info, and they got that. They got that KJ util out of the way. They're going to try to make their way B.
Wall isn't raised. Swing peek coming through. Ash able to find one instantly as Kayak can take it down, and Texture finds Alpha. Paranoia since Crashies reeling back. Wrapping around in towards garage. Slow walk up from Chronicle. Just trying to see that they haven't skipped any beats here. Crashies going to be caught, however, as there's the spot out into the final player with the spike now on the floor. Chronicle certainly has his work cut out for him as all of Gen.G get clustered together. A couple taps in, the wide swing out, Chronicle good for one. Can't find the rest. Gen.G.
3 advantage. Foxy9 potentially going to be tasked doing a lot here, but a little bit of a misguess by FNATIC on where the KJ util would be. And that's bought them a little bit of extra time and even got the drone committed by
Doesn't
FNATIC.
catch Foxy on this angle. Alpha then gets caught off guard.
30 seconds left.
There's going to be more pressure coming out of the garage. Munchkin swooping in from behind. Paranoia going to be avoided with the dart. He's able to find that ping, but it doesn't matter. It seems as Munchkin in the perfect. Anything. Texture, though, in deep, and there's going to be multiple players on the opposite side of this one. Still just a beat in. Kayak has the shot. What an opener. Puts the Neon down on the floor. Gen.G now.
Ahead.
He's scrambling a bit. Recon around the back does get multi-person ping out. Drone chasing forward, getting the spot there onto Ash. Forces him to reposition back. To undercut Paranoia, both going to be sent. Ash wing to try to regain his util, turns from the flash. Some shots coming through the wall, going to be raised. And Boaster out from Sewer, able to find that kill. Now the neural attempt is going to be lobbed in as well. The reveal is there, Munchkin. Nothing more to be done but die. He gets taken down. It's on Foxy9 and Karen to try to see if they can turn the tides of this somehow in a 2v5. But FNATIC are absolutely entrenched. It seems like there is no displacing and no chance.
See if Karan's got the read on Boaster's positioning in these smokes. He's been doing this almost every round.
Turns from the flash, and this time they're not quite prepared for it. Boaster does manage to get a bit of damage in. Trying to flush him out. Karan needing to fight his way out. The bad situation is unable to do so as the pit is going to be invested from Munchkin. Blocking off this long position. Double tap shield expiring. Alpha trying to chase forward, trying to find that. As Chronicle needed an entry into garage, but Foxy9's got the close angle held. That gives the player advantage here to the side of Gen.G.
This is such a tough choice for FNATIC. No idea where the operator is.
Ash holding close. Check over the top. Boaster being spotted, spammed down through the box.
Revealing area.
Recon through the opposite side of the wall. No, doesn't go deep enough to actually get the pings here. Gets their own recon ping. Next on the Ash in the wall. Helps keep it protected, and Munchkin's got the crossfire. Just peeking out of the pit. 9-9. We remain tied.
2 on C. You've seen Foxy and Karan. This is what you're going to try to challenge.
30 seconds
Waiting
left.
for the moment. There's a great crash forward onto the side. Karan going to be blinded out. Foxy, however, top of Lumber, finding one. Spotting at the gun barrels, but cannot find the kills. Karan gets flushed out, but Munchkin again arriving, looking to be the hero! And it's going to be another multi-kill round from the captain of Gen.G. Try to slow the approach. Undercut gets used. Munchkin watching. Karan clearly wary about this position. He's across. Gets the readjust to find the headshot on the kayak. Looking to try to push their way forward here on the side. Munchkin once again is looking to cut them down. Gets himself another 3K. And Gen.G managed to shrug off the attempts of the Thrifty.
Alpha, all the odds.
Spots it out, still considering pushing forward, but is alone on that side of the map. In the meantime, Kayaks heads up with the dimensional drift, getting the spot here onto Ash. He's gonna have to go for the exit. Front side of the box, does manage to get out to safety. There's Hunter's Fury gonna be set up here from the side of Crashing. Kayak gonna strike for 1, strike for 2. Foxy 9, Ash both gonna be taken down. Some damage across as Texture gets himself situated here in heaven. Trying to see what he gets spot out as the cam gets cleared. But for now, 5v3. Texture getting tagged here by the drone. Has to back away. Munchkin ends up getting dropped, and it's just Texture and Karan. Try to see if they can somehow turn this on its head.
Look at Chronicle's angle, right below Texture.
Ready.
Beautiful.
And waiting. Karan now, no other choice. Try to back away. I mean, some damage dealt here would make it costly, as the economy from FNATIC hasn't been the strongest. We're talking about how important this round is. Ults committed, not too many. They still have 2 to go. They're able to go ahead and stabilize the economy and going to be in play. Turn on the flash, the peek, attempt the flick. Texture does not get taken down, but Ash does, but not before finding Kayak. So in the end, a 1-for-1 with Texture down to 14 health. Overall, FNATIC do come out on top of that, given that they still do have Alp here. To try to give them a bit of entry power.
Yeah, they've still got some great ideas on how to layer that util. Texture down in sewer.
Getting out wider and wider on this angle. There's the peek, and there's the shot. Shield not at the ready. Likely not going to be anticipating the Texture. Would be so bold to try to go for that pick. Chronicle does manage to find him as the Neural Theft gets the ping reveal. Telling a story here of this deep flank around the back. As we go into a 3v3, FNATIC looking for 2 rounds consecutive to keep themselves afloat here in the map.
Not a ton of util to work with here. Just a couple smokes from Karan. Nano for Foxy 9.
Munchkin finds 1. It would give them a pit online as well. TP across the way from Karan. Boaster.
Cover going out.
Up in heaven. The other 2 playing back at the A connector. The paranoia at the ready time, starting to tick. Knows that they have them cleared off of this spike here for the moment. Looking for the hold, the dart going through. Karan gonna be taken down, and there you go. Just a firing squad as Crashies collects the final 2. This map not over yet. Warning shots. Crashies ready to go here for the lineup. Chronicle slowly backpedaling in mid.
Still enough time for another rotation, so Gen.G has to keep their feet planted.
Flashes over the top. Texture on the reposition.
30 seconds left.
Checks, sees that it's a fake. Finds a headshot there on a kayak, pushes out. Shield gonna be reset though for Alpha. Karan holds here on the wide angle, spots it, breaks it, kills him off.
Spike down A.
As it's just Crashies and Chronicle now with not much time to work with. 12 seconds remaining here on the clock.
10 seconds left.
Knows where one's at, should have heard Chronicle arriving here on the side. They need to push forward, they just cannot make it happen. 13-11, Gen.G draw first blood. They take the win on their map pick of Haven.
A defensive masterclass from both teams here on Haven. Clearly isn't the same agent that it used to be. And I'm wondering how you're going to set Texture up for a lot of these hits on this attacker side.
Let's see if there's going to be a method to the madness here. As it's going to be a quick hit into this B site. Texture finding first blood. Chronicle flushed over the side. Paranoia went flying, and Texture is there to collect. Spike now going to be planted. Poison orb situated onto the rafters, I do believe. Yep, Texture playing here at the drop. FNATIC getting the fan out and reposition.
You have so much util from the deadlock. You know exactly where FNATIC's going to be coming from.
Have to be that slow creep through the alley for Kayak is. Couple spot checks, Texture able to avoid the damage. Sees the entry power of Alfie, who lands right on top of Ash, just meant to find that kill.
One enemy
Team, however,
remaining.
getting cleaned up in the meantime as it's just Kayak. Getting the reload, needing to hit some nasty shots. The wide swing from Karan will put him down. Gen.G, 3 for 3 on pistols. Kayak not going to be caught by the net. Staying tough here on the close angle. Texture finding one. Both are going to be taken down. TP's going to be coming through, but that gate crash out is now Kayak. Teleports across towards that A side of the map. Took B wide open.
That's so nice by Karan. Completely nullifies Kayak's position. And now you got to clear out this barrier mesh to get onto site.
You're going to know exactly how many people are trying to play from this angle. Sees getting the catch. Crashies will be able to find the shot across onto Ash. Gets himself the headshot there. Brings it back into a 4v4. He crashed forward. Back of pillar, the drop coming through. Foxy9 cannot stabilize fast enough, nor can Texture. Karan gonna be full flash here at backside, swings in, is able to find one. As Chronic can take it down, gets himself a second, looks for a little bit more. Gets him lined up! And puts it down into the 1v1. Crashy's trying to follow the trail!
Okay.
And he is able to find the kill in the end. Bonus conversion going to be denied.
Packs the paint shell to try to make this flood retake happen.
Find at the ready here from Chronicle. Almost gets caught on timing. He's able to go ahead and avoid capture. As Alfier wrapping around over towards Elbow, but Ash punches him out. Texture finds Chronicle, and in the blink of an eye, Gen.G strike.
Push up a mid though. A little bit of damage done to Texture.
Find it there on the pre-fire. Relay bolt connecting. Blind is out. Alfier doesn't even know where he is. Swing out. Crashy's now going to be spotted. Texture trying to go for a little bit of a wider swing, but Crashy's able to hold his own. Brings up the kill. The Haunt click. No, it's the double reveal into the seas, and Crashy's plays off it beautifully.
Down B.
Just keeping himself alive. As he tries to hold down the site.
Wow.
And he's doing it damn near single-handedly. The silent drop. The angle. Watch. Kayak and Crashies go crazy to get FNATIC. Their second round win.
Tough decision for Gen.G now. You know that Judge is there. You know the Aura's not going to be too far behind. You know the other players from FNATIC are going to be leaning in this direction. Do you try to go for ropes, or do you try to make the A site hit?
They're still assessing, still trying to make up their minds. Paranoia, stun, over towards Elbow. Both are able to avoid it, spamming, and still somehow comes out on top. Texture just cannot get the spread to connect. Does eventually fall. Looking for the ground, and he doesn't make it! Into the ultimate fast enough! Snatches him up, and Foxy on the repeat finds Alfier. It seems like now it's his turn to pull off the heroics for Gen.G.
What was that?
Crashy's at 10-3 and 0. Got himself a 4K in the previous round. Just needs 3 this time. Pulls back, avoids the grav net. Reposition from Karan. The Haunt gets a reveal onto one. It seems like ultimately the call has been sounded for him to go on the retreat as Karan goes on the hunt and is rewarded with his prey. Texture is full sending it. Up the rope is TP. Karan finds himself right on top of Bosa, right above Kayak. But no clue what was happening. Gets a spot out there onto one, tries to play this as patiently as possible.
What a read.
It may be a virtue, but it's not always the right decision.
Dude, that's the
The
second
check
time.
from Ash is just too monstrous. Karan, a bit of damage going to be taken that does flush him out into the open, and Chronicle gets himself on the board at long last. Kill found, a 3v3. Altless are both of the teams. Munchkin out from A main, gets a spot, but it's quickly traded back.
Where are you?
Chronicle trying to find his footing. He gets himself a third. Ash cleans it up, and Chronicle comes alive.
Cheeky plays from FNATIC. He's been really
30
good.
seconds left.
Salvo's at the ready. Texture going to try to open things up here. And Ash, you're talking about it, the awareness. Just follows in off the back of the Neon. Finds the headshot. Both are now playing forward here within the smoke. Able to dodge out the Paranoia at the time. Started his window, but he cannot find the elimination.
10 seconds left.
Foxy gets the kill. It's Chronicle. Heroics might be
Spike
leaned
planted.
on once again. Peek about to come through, and Karan, he wins that fight. Alfier able to trade one back, but into a 2v4. with your economy in a rough position. How much more is there to be done?
God, you're so close to your ultimates too, but it's just so difficult. This double stack around the corner.
Seems like just a play to try to go for the exits here. They have both angles covered. And have to go ahead and lock one. Zalfier want to see what he can make happen. It's a spot out onto Ash. Foxy 9 tagged up a bit, swings out, wins the fight. Just slide into the corner here.
Shotguns.
For a catch here again. Munchkin playing back, anticipating this pressure coming his way outside of A main. Valorant trying to jack Chronicle, playing off the back of the vulnerability, does manage to cut texture in half with that judge. Poster similarly playing forward. As the Bucky. Gen.G. Seems like they're just going to go ahead, back away. Not necessarily happy with the 1-for-1, but willing to part ways and explore opposite sides of the map.
It's all just hidden positions.
Oh, shield peeked up. Crashies. Valley off the short, going to prove to be a little bit more difficult. Is that showstopper does not get sent. Car just sprays him down. Poster now. Pushing forward, finds Kara. Somehow makes that Bucky connect to great effect. Weapons collected.
I'm out of here.
Keeping it quiet. Clone pushing forward over towards that B site, does get cleared. Karan playing up close, no smoke there. Obfuscate ends up getting taken down. Kayak able to find the kill that breaks open the A site. But now in position as the spike gets planted. Prowler on the check. Texture going to be noted. Poison orb set up. Trying to make that exit from screens. Nigh impossible as Alpha catches Munchkin. Unawares here in mid. Texture looking for the entry. Finds one. Jiggle on the corner. Crashies. Gets the C's out. Looks to try to take them down. It's falling to the wayside as Foxy finds that kill, but Crashies does get rid of the enemy neon at the same time. So now a 2v2. Diffuse starting to be held. Grabwell coming through. Wide swing out from Poster. Alpha out from heaven. Finds it as FNATIC find the round that they so badly needed.
Deadlock util being set up deep to counter the Yoru, and another for the entry.
Munchkin playing forward here, judge in hand. On this one, cycled Prowler. He's able to distract, and Alpha pushes forward. Damage basically not even suffered here. Just flushing him out. And now, looking like they want to play around the map still, not committing all of their forces to one side.
Yeah, that was a really nice play there. Anticipating somebody could be up close. Oh my God, texture.
It's a bit of sense off the back of that Prowler, catches Crashies. Swing in, Texture finds another. Come alive, now the barrier mesh going to be broken here on the B side. Karan sending out the Paranoid to try to delay. Grabbed it as well, trying to find a catch, but Karan flying back pillar, finds one, tucks in the backside, looks for a little bit more, can't quite align it on the Kayak, goes to the wide swing, finds it! And Foxy 9 cleans up Poster. Our options down.
Time to jump.
Prowler checking, Foxy.
30 seconds left.
Able to clear it. Clears out the boom bot as well. Push not yet coming through. 24 seconds remaining. Things are about to get a little bit dicey. So there's a stun out, but the displacement from Alpha is absolutely gorgeous with the blast pack. Finds the opener there. At the same time, finding the lure. Chronicle going to be taken down, but now Munchkin falling to the wayside. His B site opened up. Karan held at bay here at the alley. Plant able to be committed to. Paranoia goes across.
Planted.
Some stuck in position. Texture watching for the flank. And Ash with covering fire. Finds the kill there onto Alfier. Ashy staying put. Just playing off the exit of this nebula. Creep forward from Karan. Do they read it? Smoke down, gonna be gone. Karan instantaneous with a headshot, able to find him there as the reload has to come through from Poster. He doesn't have the bullets, but he's still able to stay alive. Texture, however, taken down to 8. Classic in hand, and the right click gets it done. Gen.G scrape by with a round victory.
See if FNATIC can have a good read on this again. See if this is going to get the Prowler to come through. Seems like they're making sure to check ropes. Oh, Munchkin Doesn't hear anything.
Slightly different angle this time. Plays back into the corner at Mail. They have to have the read. They have to have the expectation. The Boombot's not going to clear it, but Alpha still just too damn fast. Can pick the part. TP check from Karon. Ash now rotating over. It's going to send the stealth drone up in towards B Heaven, but nothing to be spotted. Potential pivot opportunity here for FNATIC if they try to go over towards A. For the moment, it is just Texture taking a peek down in towards main.
They're going to be seeing, they just cleared the barrier mesh. Foxy, gun barrel spotted.
Spotted for Kayak.
My ult's ready.
Finding the headshot.
30 seconds left.
Karon now alone on the site. Revealed, blinded up, showstopper, not gonna be able to find the kill. Won't matter too much, his poster is. Ash now dead, leaving Texture to his own devices, which don't last much longer. Flawless round here in response to the timeout. FNATIC rally back in a big way. Munchkin this time gonna play a lot more of a disconnected position around mid. Prowler to try to check, refire. Does get a bit of damage there on the poster, and it makes him certainly think twice about trying to lurk forward into that vent.
That's a huge win, though. This mid part of the map has been giving Gen.G fits. It's been something that FNATIC has done a great job taking advantage of. There hasn't been too much resistance. Gen.G's been allowing them to kind of push up in towards B Heaven. Here we go, dimensional drift time.
Kayak gonna walk about, trying to see what he can spot. Info there into Heaven as Munchkin holds things down in mid. This time the fight goes his way. Poster Alvier both gonna be eliminated. Ash over the top here at Heaven. Struck on as Kayak breaks over the site. Brings it back into a 3v3.
30 seconds left.
Pit available.
Looking for the jump.
Nothing.
Back at the grab, no. Not quite able to find it. The minimap seemed like perhaps Chronicle was going to get caught. Net able to find two, the push forward, but Munchkin is strafing over the bite. It's Foxy 9, 10 into the smoke, but Texture pre-fires the swing out of elbow. And suddenly is in with a chance to try to clutch this out. Crashies playing it backside. Texture trying to narrow it down. Spots him out. Wide swings, damage exchange here on both sides. 10 bullets, now 7 remaining in the mag. Here's a haunt. Down to 6, the leg. Noted. He's looking to try to flush him out. 1 bullet now, just a classic. Worked the last time, works this time as well.
Kidding me right now?
Texture on for the defuse. Trying to listen for it. Does he have it? He does! .51! It's another Red Bull clutch! Texture here at ramp, pre-fire angle, but Kayak in response. A belter of a shot. Bullet connects the forehead. Texture. It's knocked out of the park. Needs a good amount of damage in exchange, down to 32, but gives them a player advantage for the moment. Munchkin lingering in mid. Still holds on to this pit. He's not committed it quite just yet. Minor gap in the smoke. Potentially try to play around. As he goes to the peak, looks for the timing, finds it. It's a little bit whippy, he cannot escape. Crashies is there to trade it back. Some revenge here for his fallen teammate, but Foxy 9 refills the space, and on the peak. He's out-timed Chronicle. The TP to backside, Ash. Armageddon at the ready, could send it here off the rip. Stuck in the drone. It's a little bit of information. Seems like he may just end up saving this for the retake, as you get a double exploration here from Alvier and Kayak, pushing in towards Alley.
There.
Yelled across, Crashies safe behind the box. The site widely given up. Alpha spot. He readjusts. And Kayak down. So low on HP, but still fighting, still persevering. Ash on the drop down. Finds the first. Goes in, looking to try to take this up to half. The reapproach out from Heaven. Does he just stick it? The shot's not connecting. Waits it out. Finds one. But Kayak plays it well. The defuse. This is not going to be there. 0.1 seconds off. We carry on this map. Not done yet. Ash pushing forward. Smoke dissipating. And Poster destroyed. And Ash finds another. Damage dealt to Alpia. Puts him down to 72. The spike. Drop there at vent. Quick little exit. Kayak having to retreat. Joining together now alongside Chronicle, who hasn't been able to take that much space realistically at all here at A.
30 seconds left.
Wow, Sonic sensor right around the corner here for Foxy to potentially play off of.
Trying to fish for it, but there's the stun. Getting the one. Flash going to be found. Texture on the jiggle peek. Sending out the relay bolt. Has them reeling backward. It's 14 seconds remaining. FNATIC have to make a go of it. They have to start rushing forward, but they're taking so much damage on entry. Kayak fighting back for one. Spike now needs to be committed. Critical. He's outdone them all. He's giving them a real chance to try to keep this going. Karan, however, full HP. Playing around the wall. Taking a peek. All three players. Crashies would love to grab this orb.
Left. My ult is ready.
Commits for it. The Nightfall now at the ready. Sends it. Connects. Onto one. Texture going to be missed. It's Kayak. Able to find Ash. Breaks open mid and heaven. It's blind. Coming through. Alpier. Can't see a damn thing, but Kayak is still profiting. Still finding value. And that's the cleanup coming through. They take their time, but when they strike. Push up now into A heaven.
Left.
Gate crash right there alongside Khan's position. Ash lingering here on the Raptor, now going to be dropping down and finding a straight headshot on the Chronicle. Armageddon at the ready, rolls on the red carpet here towards main, but there's no one there to receive it. And Alpha on the drop down, finds himself a third. They run the clock, but they're still able to get the plant in time. Is it the 2v4? Munchkin and Foxy 9 to try to deter FNATIC from bringing this into OT, and Crashies is still on that lurk, still waiting down within the vent. The spot out on the Kayak. Foxy trying to find the kill. Alpha dead. It's Foxy now in the 1v2. The net lobbed in. Sends out the ultimate.
Nothing there.
Frantically hoping for a catch, but it's not able to find one. The haunt guarantees it. Boaster swings off it. And we might have had to wait a damn long while. Salvo's going to be sent. Paranoia. It's a minor little clip here. Sends out a flash as well as the clone. Finds the pick here on the Texture. Takes his exit back over towards screens. FNATIC already full rotating. Getting themselves into position to try to go for the flood retake. Plant could be handed over to Ash. Still going to be 2 charges away from having that Armageddon online.
A little bit of util to work with.
Munchkin seemingly feeling a little bit more comfortable. There's not going to be a flank. Wants to go for another check though. Sees nade. Going to be sent full flash here onto Karan. Barreling down, and Foxy doesn't know what's hit him! Alpier, what a re-entry!
Poison's off.
As Munchkin has everything to do and no way to do it! They're on their feet, the crowd has erupted!
They've got him downloaded now. They've read everything that Gen.G has wanted to do. And they're just going to wait.
It would take heroics, the likes of which are rarely seen from Texture and Karan. And if you had to rely on 2 players on Gen.G to get it done, these certainly would be the 2 that you would elect. But Texture, he's getting antsy, he's getting killed. All now down to Karan. Last year's Rookie of the Year.
30 seconds
Alone on the
left.
B site with nothing more to do. How do you isolate? How do you divide? How do you conquer this FNATIC squad? We are fully stacked together, fully online, fully synergized, and in control.
It's unthinkable.
And already so much way across this side of the map, and Alpha is there to bring it to an end. 14-12. It could end in no other way. This series is not over!
GEN.G maybe a little late to the party.
Thrown around the corner, Karan backpedaling, trying to stay here behind, but Kayak plays off the back of that drone beautifully. He's able to find the opening kill. GEN.G at a risk of losing their second pistol of the tournament. The map might just matter the most.
They try to flood through.
Screen down.
Foxy checking for lurks. Didn't see anything, but that stack over on his side is fearsome.
Gone over the top.
What?
Not getting a spot on it. Munchkin able to find closer. Kayak going to be taken down, and suddenly there's a player advantage for a brief little moment there from the side of GEN.G, but Alfier does well to go ahead. Trade it back into a 3v3. Diffuse being held to half. Texture noting. Alfier tucking back. Shots flying. The pinch in from the flank. Looking for the headshot. Runs out of bullets, but Chronicle's there to bail.
Thanks.
Slowly drifting across. Gets to the opposite side here of the wall. Alpha getting a pick there onto Karan at top mid.
Yeah, long range headshot.
Swing out, Texture, he's able to find one. Chronicle going to be taken down. It's just the Marshall available, but the drone over the top. Able to get the spot check here on a Munchkin, who sets up the snake bite, which is able to hold them at bay.
I'm out of here. Shortcut.
Relay bolt into the corner. There's a shock dart. It'll land right at his feet. Fishes him out. Cannot keep him protected. Counter the back. Quick clear, the push forward. In from Market. His Paranoia goes across, and Foxy9 lingering within the smoke. Just blinded up. He's out. He's able to find one. Eventually will get taken down. Drop down though from Ash. Suddenly makes this a lot more costly. Texture at Boba. Ash playing the corner. Finds the kill.
Last player.
Brings it now into the 1v1. The clock
Down, B.
running low once again. As there's the tap, the swing in. Looking for it. A bit of damage. Going to be found, but cannot get the elimination.
Spike planted.
Just a slide available. No relay bolt. Kayak, no real idea of where Texture is going to be approaching from. Drops down. The turn back. The recheck, a back sight. Texture swinging wider and wider. Judges it wrong, but has the headshot!
Sure. Be clearing mid.
At the top of the cage, Munchkin playing forward just alongside the walls. A risky maneuver here. The push comes in, finds one, turns back. It's a good amount of damage, but cannot collect the kill, but Texture certainly can. Looks for a little bit more. Has the stun, the slide, the spot, the overdrive popped.
Remaining. 10 seconds left.
He tears them all to pieces. Crashies, late linger here onto the site. He's able to find one, but the time is already gone. The spike, a world away. It's all about some damage if he can find it, which he shall. All right, ready to try to play off of this one. His time again. Starting to dwindle. 10 seconds remaining. Karan gets himself his first kill. Hunter's Fury sent his way, but not finding him. Ash holding from behind, and the round is over. The two remaining players here from FNATIC is forced to sit back and try to hold on to these weapons. It's all sights in towards Alley for the moment as Ash goes for the drone. Spot on the one. Paranoia now going to be sent flying. The Chronicle, two massive shots. Helps break the site wide open. Ash dead as well, given that it's just Munchkin and Texture left alive with the operator. Seems like GEN.G are just going to have to sit back. Potentially send Munchkin in. I mean, do have plenty of cash here on the Viper.
Close to his ult. Wouldn't mind getting the extra.
Some damage dealt. Will all be good for him. His spray is going to be exchanged, but
Getting surrounded.
starting to get a little bit of frazzles as well. Just a little bit of noise. Paranoia gets sent. Foxy now going to be at risk here potentially. The overdrive gets popped. Call with utility hand, but Foxy somehow draws down fast enough to clean up the kill.
There.
Player advantage for the moment here on the side of GEN.G. Forward site control for FNATIC. Going to try to get this plant going. Slowed up, interrupted here for the moment.
Chronicle gets the pit off a kill.
Count over the
30
top.
seconds left.
Going to try to get this pick. Some kills exchange though in Chronicle. He'll get the pit, but only in
Player
death.
standing.
It's down to Alfier.
Down B.
Does have a neural theft, but again, low on time. The commitment of the ult, a risky one. Otherwise, there's no real idea about the player's positions, and
10
he gets
seconds
ping
left.
revealed off the recon. GEN.G gonna be feeling very comfortable. Karan could just go for the swing. Alpha puts one down, but that's again the round lost. The clock gets away from them.
Everything except for textures to work with here for GEN.G. So a lot to consider.
playing back once again. Not going to get spotted. Let's see entry strategy here. Is it just going to be the slide across? Texture pulling back, giving himself a bit of a wider angle in case it is going to be the Neon sliding into picture.
Yeah, with all that util over on the other side, there's the Hunter's Fury from Ash.
For a target, finding one. Chronicle likely to fall, and he does. Pit will have to wait for the last round of the half as he ends up hitting the floor. FNATIC still interested in this side of the map, or at least being very slow to start rotating. Poster will shift over towards tiles as Alfier goes for a check in towards market. Nothing here.
Dodge the Sonic sensor.
Give them an inkling, yeah. Just was able to strafe through that, and that's going to put him on a deep line in towards Boba.
I mean, they've been dipping into that well. It's going to be read by Gen.G.
Recon ends up getting cleared, the jiggle peek. Did he go wide enough to spot out the operator? Hard to say, but still able to avoid the shots all the same. As Munchkin seemingly is reading this so very well.
Unreal.
Knows the space that he's given up, but Boaster able to fight back in kind. Finds the hit Kayak there to try to counteract, but do they expect that Foxy 9 is similarly going to be playing out of B main? Seems like the answer is yes as they go for back site plant. There's the jiggle out. Be cautious though. Armageddon is available. As the arrival, Crashy's nearly having them lined up, is able to find the first Foxy 9. Dead. Paranoia sent, clear on the recon. Charon knowing that he needs to try to win this fight, and he is able to do so. They both avoided. Kayak answering back with one of his own. The Paranoia goes through. Ping reveal on the Poster. The Kayak collecting the kills. Texture will fall. 2v2. Ash contained back within the smoke. Should be dead. Still, somehow is able to come away with that kill. And now it's down to Poster.
Concentrates over.
To try to clutch this out. Look for the re-ping here. And Poster just going to be playing the timing. Ash, this time not nearly as close as the previous. Gets himself a 3K, but cannot clutch the round. But spot. Poster going for a TP. Backside. Is it red? Some eyes facing in towards that direction, but Poster ends up giving up. And he's Scott just sliding at him with an operator. Excuse me. What is that? As he hits the follow-up. The re-peek, does he got a third in him? Yes, he does.
What? What is that?
That is one of the most ridiculous rounds. Spam looking for some damage, none to be found.
Yeah, I wanted to maybe. Whoa.
It's okay, well, there you go. Damage is certainly found now. Crashy's finding one. A little bit of a split fire coming through from Foxy 9, but only able to find a smattering of damage. Can't come away with any kills.
Gen.G trying to catch FNATIC off guard there by doubling down on that mid pressure, but FNATIC didn't move a muscle. They held their angles, and they were ready for Foxy's off angle attempting to be created. They shut it down mightily. Now you look over to Chronicle here. Takes a bunch of damage through that box.
Answers him back, sticks around. It's a little bit more, and Munchkin's going to look to go ahead and fill that space. Quick peek in around the back of sight. Charon, though, lion's share of the responsibility potentially on his shoulders.
Just a classic here, too.
And has to back away. Sheriff on the opposite side. Slides over, jiggles out, Paranoia to buy some time. Holds up at bay for the moment, and Munchkin eventually is able to find his target. Chronicle taken down. Clowns for Gen.G. Really narrow their focus. Two angles of approach with Karen here around the corner. Crossfire attempt set up here for Munchkin, but eventually he's going to be hounded down. Alfier finding the elimination. It all falls to Ash, who cannot get it done. Bounce of the shock dart able to be avoided. Boaster holding down the approach, getting the spot. Boaster again finding value with the Sheriff, but kills not quite there yet.
Yeah, I mean, Gen.G doing a little bit of damage, but hasn't converted to anything else yet. And Chronicle shuts down Munchkin's lurk.
That should basically seal the deal here. Swing on the corner. Kayak dead. All of Gen.G, though, tagged up dangerously low. FNATIC will surrender a bit of space here for the moment as the plant comes in. Chronicle considering going for the aggro push. Foxy 9 just on the opposite side of the corner. Snake fight gonna be set. Can't recover in time. Foxy able to find another as Texture finds Poster. And surely it can't be happening again. And it has! Both pistols dropped on Sunset, but both... It's a massive opportunity for FNATIC to get themselves right back into the driver's seat. The push coming through. Up and over the top is Foxy 9. Finds the first, immediately backpedals. Net not going to go deep enough for the hit. Boaster should have been spotted out there. Slide in, Foxy 9 drags across for the kill. Texture's instantaneous.
They're done.
And Gen.G is infallible. Close but no cigar. Continuing the cycle, those smokes onto the right-hand side of top mid. Seems like Gen.G more than happy to go ahead and pump the brakes a bit.
They're being really cautious this round. Something feels off. They haven't met much resistance. We're looking to see if FNATIC's going to try to make a peek.
Drone at the ready, the market door open. Will force a reposition here from Alpha Air.
Revealing area.
Crashy's sending out the recon. Number one, that's going to be Chronicle and Kayak playing off it beautifully. Kills found, Alpha pushing forward.
One enemy remaining.
Picking in the pieces, it's Foxy 9. Finds himself all alone. Net going to be sent. Spike still on the floor. 3 swings in towards Boba. Has him lined up but cannot collect the kills. FNATIC pull back. Relay bolt going to be dodged. Alpha tucks into the cage. Be netted in position though.
They found my wire.
And a bit at risk, but still able to fight back for one. Does well to find the kill before getting traded out. Chronicle 3 swinging in for an angle, looking to try to find a pick, but right as he drops down, Foxy scales forward through the fast lane. Was able to find that headshot. Shock dart here towards Ash. A bit of damage going to be suffered, but the counter spam from Texture. It flushes out the enemy Sova. A 2v4. The player's economy in a decent position, so it seems like the call is going to be to try to make a play of this one, but Boaster is just being sprayed through the smoke as they hear him TP up. The grab net finds the catch. Kayak trying to get the hit. Finds the first, but it's just too many angles and only 2 HP. Even going for the save. Impossible. As Gen.G get themselves now. Far too risky with the decay in play, so wisely decides to back off after clearing out the tripwire.
It's gotten their heads a bit. Clearing that trip, making Chronicle think. Another double stack here at top mid. Let's see what they want to do.
Smoke about to dissipate. Glimpse gonna be found, and yeah, Kayak instantaneously able to find the kill on Munchkin. The rest of the team now just sprint forward in towards Market. Gets the reveal off the trip, but cannot collect the kill. Off the air. Position going to be known. And FNATIC are very quickly getting themselves into a good spot to try to go ahead and get a blood retake. It's Crashy. He's able to find one, trading it back. This is Alpha. Kills Texture. Chronicle on the peak, finding Kara now. Quickly is going to get dropped. Sonic sensor lobbed in. The jump up over the top. Foxy 9 finds the elimination, tucks back.
No surprises.
As he has the Armageddon at the ready. Spots one. It's just going to be a shotgun stomp as he gets the headshot on Boaster. Crashies will glide to his demise as Gen.G 1 year apart. Lightning will strike twice. From Shanghai to Toronto, they are after their second Masters trophy.